Cool. So this is basically our Tasline, and a quick overview to the manufacturing process. We get the yarn in big cones, so it comes in like in a 2 or 3 or 4 kilo cone, just depending on linear size. We obviously need to take the yarn that comes in, which is that material there. Believe it or not, that tiny material is measured in how much it weighs for a 10 kilometre length. So they don't talk about tensile strength, they don't talk about diameter, they just tell you that 10 kilometres of that weighs 30 grams. That's all that it weighs. And we turn that into anything up to 100-pound line. So when it comes in, we transfer it onto a bobbin. The bobbin goes onto a carrier on the machine. So when they talk about whether it's 4, 6 or 8 carrier or 12 carrier hollow, that's what they're talking about as one of those. So those carriers sit on the top of the machine, and this is a mock-up of the heads, but those 4 heads on there will spin, and as they spin, the carriers shuttle amongst themselves, alternating in and out to actually create the braid, and that braid comes up as the line all comes together off each carrier and meets at the braiding eye. And that the braid then, as it's formed, is drawn through the braiding eye. And one of the controls that we have to make such a supple, easy to handle, easy to knot line is control that pitch, that speed of uptake. And it's also where the expense happens, because although this spins at 40,000 RPM, it spins fast, the actual line production itself is measured in millimetres per minute, really slow. And it goes onto a production spool. From the production spool, it then goes to a post-production treatment where we lock in that suppleness, a little bit like ironing a shirt. So it takes, amongst other processes, it's an involved process, but the effect is like ironing a wrinkled shirt. It smooths it out, makes it nice and straight and easily handled. And then the final part, of course, is that we run it through a really active quality control program. So we laser scan every millimetre. So we're looking for any even almost microscopic fibre sticking out or anything like that. If it's seen, we cut the line and take it away from the production process. And this is the unique thing. So a lot of braids, what they do is that little fibre is probably not going to affect the strength of the braid, but it'll look a bit ugly. So they'll coat it. And then they can do long runs of coated line. Well, we choose not to coat, but to actually remove that physically from the line, so there's no defect at all. And then we tensile test it. So once that's done, we put it on a certified testing machine. It's third-party inspected, and break it. And literally then we publish those results on the Tasline website. So you can grab your individual spool. There will be a handwritten number on the back of every spool. You can grab that, hook that number up, and you can see exactly how your line broke and its performance. So typically, 100-pound line like this will break at something like 130, 140 pounds.
It's all handwritten on each individual spool.
Yeah, so on each individual spool is that number. That's the key, and that allows you to look it up. So it's unique, and the key thing, made in Australia, not just badged in Australia. It is literally woven together in Carrum Downsend, just out of Melbourne. So something we do.
Truly Australian.
Truly Australian.
Okay, good.